Okay, I'm going to try a quick overview of the entire book of Revelation in just a couple of minutes. And hang on to your hat because we got a lot of ground to cover. I like to start with the picture we have in Luke chapter 4 when Jesus was at a synagogue and was presented to him a scroll from the prophet Isaiah, from Isaiah chapter 61 as we know it now. And he talked about, as he read it, he opened it up. He found the spot specifically that said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He's anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor," and go on and on. And the next verse it says, "To preach the acceptable year of the Lord." And it says he closed the book and sat down, and everybody was looking at him. He'd stopped in the middle of a sentence. The whole sentence is, "To preach the acceptable day of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God." Jesus made a very clear statement here. Now is the acceptable day of the Lord. I'm here, this first coming, as Savior of the world. Second coming, day of vengeance of our God, is when he takes over the world and is King of kings and Lord of lords, as we find out later on in the book of Revelation. Revelation, of course, starts with some message to the churches, and then as we leave the church scene and go up into heaven, we have a picture of where a scroll is written on the inside and outside, sealed with 7 seals, and no one seems to be able to be worthy to open the scroll until the Lion of the tribe of Judah comes. Jesus himself comes and takes the scroll. He opens the seals, and then we assume he reads the contents. So when he had rolled up the scroll in the synagogue in Capernaum in Luke chapter 4, he had closed the book on, "It's not yet the day of vengeance of our God." He opens it up in Revelation. Well, what's given to him is the day of vengeance. A scroll sealed with 7 seals written on the front and the back. As you go through Revelation, he opens the first seals. It's kind of like firecrackers popping off. The whole scene is being set. When he opens the 6th seal, there it says, "Kings of the earth and others are hiding, saying the great day of God's wrath has come. Who's able to stand?" Obviously, the scroll is now open and about ready to be read. He opens the 7th seal, and that's followed by 7 trumpet judgments. After the 7 trumpet judgments, there's a little bit of interlude, and then you find that there are angels who come forth with 7 final bowls or vials of judgment. So the picture is this. Jesus, the only one worthy, takes the scroll with all the pent-up wrath of God upon a sinful, unbelieving world. Disobedient, disrespectful, ungodly. He opens up that scroll and reads the first page, 7 trumpet judgments. He flips over the page, reads the back page, 7 bowl judgments. And then there's a little interlude in chapter 17 and 18 about the judgment on the whole world system that's taking place. But after those 2 pages are read, chapter 19, he comes to earth, King of kings and Lord of lords. In chapter 20, there's a 1,000-year reign of Christ on earth, followed by the great white throne judgment, where the earth as we know it is gone, and 21 and 22, there's a new heavens and new earth. So the overall picture to me is pretty clear. It takes a long time to study and understand some of the other points, and a lot of disagreement on all of the other points. But if we look at the picture that's presented, Jesus takes the scroll full of the pent-up wrath of God upon a disobedient, unbelieving world. He opens the seals and reads the first page, turns it over, reads the back page, comes to earth as King of kings, Lord of lords, reigns for 1,000 years, and great white throne judgment, death and hell cast in a lake of fire, new heaven and new earth, no more death, no more crying, no more tears, everything perfect, the perfect eternity we are expecting. Well, some quick thoughts for today. Thanks for listening.